On the grid then with Cole's racing driver Hugh Moulton. Hugh, what's been going on this weekend? How are you feeling?
It's been a decent weekend. We've had decent pace. Hopefully we can go forward in the final.
And juniors is always a really competitive race. You get lots of scrapping. How are you gonna handle that?
Hopefully we can all keep it clean and just thread the needle through the pack, hopefully, and get to the front.
And then kind of where are you aiming to finish? Are you going for that win, or would you be happy with the top 3, top 5?
I'm obviously going for the win. Just hopefully I can break away and get the win towards the end laps.
Great to hear from you then, Hugh. We're going to head over to the KR Sport driver, Jack West. Jack will be starting 9th. Jack, how are you feeling about this race?
Good. I think I can make up like loads of places in this one.
And then what are you trying to achieve in the first opening laps where it's really busy, lots of fighting going on?
Hopefully we can like make up 3 or 4 places, because I feel like at this track the field spread's quite big, and when everyone gets going the times are very similar, so the first lap's quite crucial.
Great to speak to you then, Jack. We'll head up for the next race.
Thank you very much, Nicole. Getting ready then for the penultimate race of the weekend. It is the Junior Rotax Final. Here is your grid. Harry Bartle starts on pole position. Thomas Behrman alongside on the front row. Winner last time out in Scotland, William Antrobus starts on row 2 and is joined by first-timer in 2024 in the Junior Final, Jared Fox-Whiteley. That's row 2. Hugh Moulton and Finlay Buck start on the 3rd row of the grid. Thomas Min-Spearing starts on an all-Argentine Motorsport row 4 alongside Harrison Whitacombe.
Rounding out your top 10, Jack West and Aris Valleskis with Lucas Blanford and Scott Marsh on row number 6. Brandon Truman and Jake Flewitt on row number 7 with Harrison Crowther and James Anagnostiatis on row number 8.
Lewis Goff and Owen Neve start on row number 9. Cole Denham and Charlie Neve complete the top 20 on row 10. Jacob Ashcroft, keep an eye on Ashcroft. He starts on row 11 alongside Kai Veach. On row 12, it's Rory Armstrong and Joe Anderson.
On row number 13, we've got Henry Cameron and William Archer, Lizzie Mentier and Joshua Smith on row number 14. The top 30 rounded by Albie Lapper and Zach McDonald, Joshua Turnbull and Mikey Walker are next.
Cameron Nelson and Kai Clark. Well, just Cameron Nelson, because Kai Clark is unfortunately done for the day. So it'll be 33 drivers in this one. Oh no, I think 32. No, I was about to say 32 because Cole Denham wasn't quite showing us out of the pits
but he is.
A split second ago, but he now is. All good.
Let's have a look. Of course, yeah, we forget. Macaulay Bishop's mechanic is his younger brother, Mason. Youngest mechanic here. I got to get my best Sunday best dress on for Kart Masters. Barbara Lapper's coming. Take me out for a drink, my young lady. Here we are. How's that?
So
you can't have commentator showing Riz in the commentary box. It's not good luck.
Junior final then last year was a remarkable one of the most remarkable of the year. We saw a win for you in Charman, even though we had a plus 5 second penalty. Remarkable things can happen in this race, and it's underway. 15 minutes plus 1 lap. Down towards turn 1, and it's going to be advantage to Harry Bartle as there's a bit of an incident towards the back of the field. One of them is William Archer off at turn number 1. I think is that Zach McDonald running a bit one. No, it's not. I think it's Albie Lapper. Albie Lapper, the other one of the Strawberry Racing drivers with a white helmet, number 29. There's someone with a loose exhaust. Has there been a problem as well for Jared Fox-Whiteley?
Yes.
Come through sector number 1 now.
There has been, I'm not sure, I think there was a couple of karts running wild. Someone's got a very poorly bad exhaust. Rory Armstrong, William Archer have all been delayed.
Joshua Smith as well.
Joshua Smith as well has been delayed. We'll see who comes out where. Jacob Ashcroft, again, has made an absolutely electric start as the rest of the field file across the start-finish line. Sadly, we have lost, Rory Armstrong and William Archer are yet to come round, and it looks as though,
Armstrong.
There's Rory Armstrong. That is a double bubble, that is exhaust and axle. Poor Andrew.
Impressive.
Poor Mr. Armstrong. Long way back to Northern Ireland for the reigning Minimax Grand Finals champion of the world. Bartle leading. There's William Antrobus, who has said, you know, he had a long, hard word with himself during the off-season and thought, what am I doing wrong? What's my decision-making like? What can I change? Because I've got to change. He decided, or he found out, this is what I got to do different, or this is what I want to do different, and he's doing it.
Is indeed. So first and second in this race were also first and second in the championship, as there is William Archer's number 61 Hunter Motorsport machine out of this race, out of the final on lap 1. Still early stages. Jake Flewitt's had a good start. He's up 5 spots into 9th. Cameron Nelson as well. Oh, Behrman down the inside of Moulton having to go for 3rd place.
So here we are. Let's think about this. I mean, I'm one for a stat.
Go on.
So Oliver Behrman has won a race this weekend in GP2.
Yes.
Cousin Sebastian Behrman has won a race here in Micromax. Can Thomas Behrman become the 3rd member of the family to win a race in the same weekend? I wonder if that's been done before. 3 members, the same family, 2 disciplines, 2 countries. Well, he's got a bit of work to do to catch these 2. Because Bartle and Antrobus sellotape together, then a gap back to Moulton and Whitacombe with Behrman in 5th. Long way to go and a short time to get there.
The story of these 2 drivers' seasons so far, they haven't really had that many moments against each other on track, because Bartle had a stunning PF International, whereas Antrobus was a little bit further back, and then they flipped those roles when we got to Lark Hall, of course. So this is going to be intriguing to see how these 2 championship leaders go toe-to-toe. Hugh Moulton holding there in 3rd place, quite happy to defend right now. Has got PFI winner Harrison Whitacombe immediately behind him. Still 11.5 minutes remaining on the clock right now. Investigation flag out for the number 82 is, Antrobus looks out the inside. Bartle holds it around the outside through turn number 1, and that's the 2nd time we've seen Antrobus have a go into turn 1.
I have to say, so Harrison Whitacombe, let's not count out Hugh Moulton, Harrison Whitacombe, this chasing pack, they're not giving up. Whitacombe to the inside. I've got to say, Harrison Whitacombe. Okay, so this season, the Argenti Motorsport team, Kenzo Craigie started off this year doing the British Rotax Championship, but it clashes with other events in Europe that he's racing in. So Kenzo can't do all the rounds. So effectively, Kenzo's pulled out of the British Championship, and effectively then team leadership goes between Thomas Minspearing and Harrison Whitacombe. You know, there's obviously, they want to establish themselves as, okay, I'm the Argenti Golden Boy, so to speak, as it were. Obviously, the Argenti team, they put out good kit for all their drivers, but what I'm saying is it's important in the drivers' tent to sort of have that little bit, I'm the one that's finishing in front of everybody else, and it gives these drivers a chance to puff up their chests a little bit, and I'm not being funny, Whitacombe's going to be closing right in, and a lead change possibly, yes. And of course, let's not forget, Harrison Whitacombe was due to start the final of the opening round at Paul Fletcher International from pole position. Never got a chance, sadly, to run that race. Now, he was given championship, first place championship points, but so technically, he's won a round of the British Championship. But if you ask Harrison, that doesn't count. That was, obviously a very,
force majeure.
Force majeure. I was going to say it was a very sad day, and so Harrison wants to win one on merit, on the road, as it were, and get the stand on the top step of the podium in front of his dad, who doesn't get to come to these races very often, and so he's like, oh, look, Dad, this is what you spend all your money on. It's all right.
A good exchange there with Thomas Behrman. Behrman was down the inside through Senna too, but Whitacombe returned the favour on the run towards the back chicane. It has meant they've lost a bit of touch with Antrobus and Bartle. That move by Antrobus not only gives him the lead in this race, it gives him a 2-point advantage in terms of the live scores in the championship right now as well. So this could be a really, really important race when we look back at the season as a whole later on in the autumn. Behrman trying to find a way past Whittaker. Whittaker's not going to give that one up. He's going to open the door for Thomas Been spearing his teammate to step down the inside and take fourth place. Hugh Moulton's fighting back as well. Behrman finds himself, I think, now down around 8th, maybe 9th position. Jake Flewitt's there as well in the number 54. What a great run he's had this weekend in his first of the year so far. Shuffling down there is Finley Buck, down to around 9th spot.
Yeah, Jake Flewitt for the MLC Lee Murray's crew, showing some really good form. Flewitt is the one with the pink flecks on the outside of his rear bumper. That dark, deep blue, black and white MLC. Look at this traffic jam. Look at that traffic jam coming out of the final corner across the start-finish line now. That is Crowther, Goff, Anagnostiadis, Blandford, Truman, Ashcroft. Jacob Ashcroft has sort of stalled out in 17th position. I was expecting him to be siding his way through the order. Oh, sideways for the number 92. Whoa, Jack West. Take a boo, son.
He said he was going to be on the move, and he's delivered on that promise down the inside and gained another position back up into the top 5 as Hugh Moulton's being shuffled down the order now as well. He's going toe-to-toe with Scott Marsh in the number 13 for Strawberry Racing. End of lap number 9. Antrobus still leads and is creeping away from Harry Bartle. He's got his lead up to nearly half a second. There's a fight between the two KR Sports teammates, Jack West and Thomas Behrman. Thomas Behrman trying to find a way back into the top 5. You can see that chance of a race victory starting to slip away here. This is a tremendous race once again in Junior Rotax. Into Senna 1 goes the fight for 5th place. Jake Flewitt once again, as you say, Henry, with those pink flashes on the outside. James Anagnostiadis in the middle of it all is going to have a challenge there from Finley Buck and loses a spot as they head into the back chicane. That was for around 14th. More defence from Jack West into Gasworks.
Oh, and there's a little bigger barge going there. Let's not forget, Andrew, Harry Bartle in 2nd position. You know, this only his 3rd year of MS UK racing. Year 1, 3rd in the British Minimax Championship, on the podium at the Rotax Grand Finals. 2nd year, won the IAMI World Finals. 3rd year, now British Open champion and and in contention at the moment. 2 points separate Antrobus and Bartle in the championship as Behrman sends it at the inside of his teammate Jack and says, Jack, go west. Life is peaceful there, go west in the open. And that's the Pet Shop Boys, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Back to the racing.
5 minutes and 45 to go. Can Behrman? Oh no, West is going to throw one back down the inside and take the spot, running a little bit wide out of Gasworks. Thought that Flewitt might be able to get down the inside, but in the end he has to concede and just sit there for now in 7th place. And the number 17 coming onto the scene as well. Harrison Crowther having another strong run for Coles Racing. We spoke to him at Lark Hall. Oh, his teammate Hugh Moulton is having a bit of bother there, as again the KR Sport teammates have getting a bit of close quarters. Behrman gets back through. And I think Scott Marsh has hopped up there as well. Scott Marsh points to Thomas Behrman and say, no, go, go, go. We've got to close up to Thomas Spearing and Harrison Whittaker. But I'm saying that they're 3 seconds behind the battle for the last spot on the podium.
I was saying, watching the 2 KR Sport carts busy taking chunks out of each other. You know, this is a big week for politics, but I think KR Sport boss Ash Orchard might have to play a bit of the diplomat coming through this one, because he's got 2 very hungry drivers, both wanting the same piece of tarmac, and they both find themselves a lot further behind the race lead than they should be. Antrobus and Bartle lead, but the Argenti duo of Whittaker and Spearing are closing in, and we're going to have a 4-kart battle for the lead. It's going to be Sam Pollitt Racing versus Strawberry versus Argenti at the front.
This is where the tactics are going to start coming into play with 4 minutes to go. A little bit further down the order, Lizzie Menzies is having a really good race, up 12 spots for her in the number 50. That's into the top 15. Joshua Turnbull as well, another one of the DHRs coming through the field, is up into the top 20. You like 2 DHRs on the move, we'll have a third, because Cameron Nelson is also into double figures in terms of positions gained so far in this race.
Oh, I've got a feeling Finley Buck's great weekend is about to come to an end. Buck and Jared Fox-Whiteley tumbling down the order together. Sadly, they may not be out of the race, but their chances of a decent result are over. New fastest lap of the race, Lizzie Mentier. 50.91 seconds. She is giving it the beans in the number 50 kart.
And you got to say that the track right now is supporting the drivers. It's not a case of, like we saw with a little bit of the rain and the spots out there earlier on, of the track getting slower. It's getting faster and faster and faster as this race gets to its climax. Lewis Goff there behind Jake Flewitt. A little bit further through the order as well. There's the number 50 of Lizzie Mentier, as mentioned, fastest driver on the circuit. She's up to 13th place now, trying, and will make that 12th. Has got past James Anagnostiidis on that last lap. Kai Veach now has the, I tell you what, there's a really good, oh, as Whitcomb gets out wide and into the dirt on the exit of the dog leg. Spearing gives a bit of encouragement. It's going down the inside, though, into Senna 1. The Argentis fighting now, and they're going to lose time. They've gained that time, and I see the frustration from Spearing saying, come on, we've just done all that work to catch up to Antrobus and Bartle, and we've let them get away with it again.
Well, and Harrison will be turning around and saying, well, then why did you all try and overtake me? That type of discussion between them whilst driving at 70 miles an hour. Up at the front. Now, Antrobus, he's not going to get away with it without having to defend. Bartle is sitting there watching and waiting. At the moment, our live championship standings are as follows. Antrobus, 2 points clear of Bartle. Basically, whoever wins this race out of these two takes the championship lead. Simple
and he's gone down the inside. He's gone down the inside and taken the race lead. He was fading. He was down by 0.5 a second. He's fought back. Harry Bartle has been a master of race management so far this weekend. He's been doing it the old Sir Jackie Stewart way. Win as slowly as possible.
Exactly.
And this is why the last 90 seconds of the final here at Warden Law, what has Bartle got left? What has he got that he's got can throw at William Antrobus? The whole thing, the kitchen sink, the bus that's got him here, it's all got to go out on the circuit now if he wants to win this final.
And check the championship positions now. 1 lap ago, Antrobus had a 2-point lead. With that one move, Bartle now has a 4-point lead. This is for prizes much bigger than just a trophy on the day. And here come the cavalry with West Wales's Harrison Whitacombe-Boybach leading the charge.
Indeed, they've got back those two Argenti drivers. It's going to be a 4-way scrap. But again, Harry Bartle's kicking into that final gear. These are single-speed karts, but there's a bit of a turbo under the seat of Harry Bartle right now. Antrobus is responding. They're all throwing everything at this corner. Oh! As Antrobus goes through, but what happened there in the final corner? Bartle's off on the grass. He overlooks his shoulder. Whitacombe's through into second place. There's going to be 2 more laps of the Rotax classes here this weekend at Warden Law. They could be the most 2 dramatic laps yet. Spearing still there as well, waiting patiently in 4th place. Antrobus into Senna 1. Whitacombe goes for a half defensive line, but he's got good speed.
I gotta say, Harrison Whitacombe's mechanic, Nigel Hathaway, went home ill on Friday. He's really unwell. So Harrison's stepdad Steve has taken up the spanners, and now he's leaving it to Harrison to do the rest. The clock has struck 0. They come through Horseshoe into paddock. 1 lap to go. It's now or never for Wales's Harrison Whitacombe as he tries to chase down race leader William Antrobus and tries to keep behind the British Open champion Harry Bartle.
Antrobus retakes the lead in the championship by 4 points now from Harry Bartle. Antrobus has got to keep it all together right now. He took the win, of course, in Scotland and side by side like we saw in the seniors. Here comes Spearing down the inside into 3rd place. But is there too much of a gap now? Oh, Bartle's on the grass as they head towards the back chicane. William Antrobus And there's a warning flag for the 51. We don't need to worry about that right now. William Antrobus is going to win on the road for the second time in a row. He took a first victory in Junior Rotax for Sam Pollard Racing at Lark Hall, making 2 in the history books. Antrobus wins at Warden Law. He takes the championship lead. It's a double podium for Argenti Motorsport with Whitacombe and Spearing. Harry Bartle finishes in 4th. He gave it everything. He'd won through the heats, he'd won through the pre-final, but it wasn't to be his day in the one that matters most to them out there. Thomas Behrman is the first of the KR Sport drivers home in 5th. But there again, with this new belief that's charging him on, and that's what it means. That is what it means to William Antrobus to win for the second time this year in the Wera Tools British Kart Championships, and he takes a 5-point lead.
And look at that.
To Kim Bolton.
Oh, doesn't it? It almost brings a tear to your eye. It's not very often that a young driver has such self-aware thoughts of reflection, where they come back and they think about, you know, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? And they take the time to analyse not their kart, not their driving, but themselves, their thought patterns. And William has done that over the winter, and that's what it means. So for every driver out there, that when it doesn't go well, instead of just sulking, go home, think about it, have a bit of self-reflection, look at the decisions you make and make the changes, and that's the result. The victory mullet is now a double victory mullet.
As you say, what a race. What a set of races we've had so far this afternoon in the finals across the Rotax categories. Antrobus wins it by just under a second ahead of Harrison Whitacombe. Whitacombe on the podium again. The roller coaster season goes on for Harrison Whitacombe. He'll look to break the pattern of things when we go to Kim Bolton and have another good one there. But for now, he can celebrate another podium in Junior Rotax, and he can celebrate it with his teammates as well. Thomas Min-Spearing, Ron Meadows and the whole Argenti team are going to be happy with that. 2 drivers on the podium. Harry Bartle 4th. It's good championship points. You know, there's still a lot to be happy about there for Bartle. He won't be happy to be off the podium, but he's still very much in the fight. Let's head down to Parc Fermé and over to Nicole Sutherland.
William Antrobus, a win in Lark Hall, a win in Warden Law. How are you feeling?
Brilliant. Oh my God, the last few laps were so insane. It was so hectic. Yeah, but I got it done in the end.
I said earlier as well, you know, this year you've been putting your name on the map. What have you got to say about that?
Honest to God, I've been putting myself on it for ages, but I've just not done it properly, and I've done it this weekend. But I'd like to say hi to family at home, especially my mum and my granny, and my sister and my dogs as well. Yeah, they're bet you they're watching it right now, crying their eyes out. But yeah, hi. I love you all. Love you all for the support as well. And yeah, and I'd like to thank my dad, as always, doing the best of jobs. I'd like to thank as well Nige and Lewis, and then Sam Pollard and all of SPR themselves. They do a great job, the team, and I love them to bits for it. I'd like to thank Offset for giving me the brilliant gloves. And I'd like to thank all my sponsors out there. And then one thing I'd like to say, Henry, are you listening?
I'm listening, mate. I'm listening. You finally done it. I didn't miss it.
It's working, baby.
Well done. That's the spirit.
Yeah.
Congratulations, William. We'll let you celebrate with your dad.
Thank you.
Absolutely fantastic. I think we need to see some highlights.
We do indeed. Absolutely brilliant. I think Henry's going to head out for a little bit as we do watch some of those highlights from that Junior Rotax final drama at the start. William Archer and Rory Armstrong would retire on lap number 1. In early stages, it would be the 2 drivers in the lead of the championship way ahead of the rest of the order. You see the gap that they had back to the Argentis and everybody else behind. Bartel and Antrobus fighting over first place. Antrobus trying to get down the inside. Bartel holding it for a moment, but Antrobus took the lead. Bartel would strike back though, and then really in that the start of the last quarter of this race, it looked like Bartel had held something in reserve for that last 90 seconds. There was a good scrap going on between Whitcomb and Spearing for third and fourth. They would pull themselves back in to the equation for second place as well. And the battle between the KR Sports as well, very entertaining stuff between Jack West and Thomas Behrman. Behrman would win out in that one on his way to a top 5 finish. Antrobus again would hold the lead. Bartel back down the inside. This was with about 2 minutes to go. They would be caught by Whitcomb and by Spearing as well. But it's this moment here into the final chicane where Antrobus took the lead again. Bartel out wide on the grass. That would be the decisive moment, as through would also come Whitcomb and Spearing. They would get their spots on the podium. And William Antrobus for Sam Pollitt Racing take their second victory of the year in Junior Rotax in the third round of the Wera Tools British Kart Championships. I'm often a little bit critical of juniors that they don't show the emotion. It's, you know, the slightly grumpy teenager years where they're not wanting to show of that level of emotion, but that wasn't the case today. William Antrobus and Harrison Whitcomb both absolutely delighted.
On to race number 24 then, the Junior Rotax Final, top 3 and winning mechanic receiving awards again for their efforts today. Please welcome first of all, in third place for Strawberry Racing, the O-plate holder Harry Bartel. In second place today, for Argenti Motorsport, the number 10, Thomas Spearing. And your winner of round 3 of this year's Wera Tools Motorsport UK British Kart Championships, his second win of the season, but this one he could celebrate properly. Please welcome driver number 66 for Argenti Motorsport, Harrison Whitcomb. And your winning mechanic for this weekend in Junior Rotax, please welcome Stephen James.
Oh, jeez.
Well done.
I find it unbelievable as well.
I'm going to get you.
Cheers, man. Right, can I go now? Yeah. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, one last round of applause for your top 3 in Junior Rotax.